Let's talk about the solar eclipse in Aries coming up on the 29th. This is 9 degrees. Um, there's been something you've been trying to fix in your Aries sector. There's also been Chiron there. We've had Venus there. Mercury is still there, Mercury retrograde. So give yourself some credit for working on your independent spirit in your Aries sector, whatever you've been working on, having more courage with, having more a sense of individuation, um, initiative. That's the place where you've been doing some work, and this eclipse is it's it accelerates all of that, all of the work that you've already been doing, and bring you into a brand new awareness. Eclipses are they're portals. We during the eclipse season is very destabilizing, and so you're going to feel that everywhere in the world, everyone's going through this, right? We're going through this destabilized feeling, this I'm not sure who moved my food dish. There's a part of us that likes the security of understanding reality and how our life works, and then there's a part of us that's here for the adventure. And so those two parts kind of are not at war, but they're kind of tangling a little bit during eclipse season, because part of you knows everything's okay, and you can feel um, that there's something you can't yet see that's about to open up in your life. There's something new that's percolating, and but it hasn't kind of come to the surface yet. And that's how an eclipse feels. Like you can feel it in your emotional body, in your psychic body, and you're sensing it, but you just can't see it yet. And so what's great about having the eclipse actually happen is all of those rumblings kind of form into something, and a concrete event happens, an awareness happens, something really causes your attention to awaken. And so that's what is really nice about having the eclipse actually happen, because in between the lunar eclipse that we had in Virgo and the solar eclipse in Aries, there's just been all of this sort of upheaval energy that you've been sensing. And if it's not happening directly in your life and you're not seeing the evidence yet, you're seeing it in other people's lives or in the world. And when the eclipse actually happens, you often get a message. And it's a message right now in the Aries sector about moving forward. And it's possibly something you've been working on for quite a long time, around independence, emotional independence, courage, coming from the heart, individuation, taking initiative, pioneering, not feeling codependent, like you've got to get somebody's permission in order to be this. This is something we've been working on for a long time, actually, in this whole Libra Aries axis of other people, you versus me, I versus we. That whole thing is still here. Now, I feel like this is a really weird time because we have a stellium in Pisces, and it's really powerful. And I felt such a shift when the sun moved into Aries, because at least we had the sun in its exaltation, excited to be there. It's something where we can actually see something, we can feel that enthusiasm rise, especially if you have any fire in your chart. You would have enjoyed that. And that Pisces energy, we are in such a completion phase and we're not quite done with it. And it has to do with, you know, what do you want for your life? Are you allowed to have it, even if others are choosing differently? And I've thought of doing this in two separate videos, but this has been percolating for me to talk about. There's this weirdness to reality right now. I'm sure you can agree that you'll have 10 people seeing the same event and having totally different reactions. And literally their realities are on two different lines. It's like they're not seeing the same thing the same way. And this really has to do with frequency. And what's hard about the the Pisces energy is, especially with the North Node there, which really galvanizes our attention collectively for the year and a half where it's there, is there's just going to be a lot of blurred boundaries, confusion, just sort of a chaos. There's a lot of chaos going on. And it's difficult to see your world clearly right now. But that doesn't mean you can't go internally, check in with your soul, and see it clearly for you. You don't have to see it for everyone. See, this is one of the issues that's here is we have Pisces, which is everyone's everything. It's all mixed up. It's all a big burning barrel of craziness. And then Aries, which is I care about me. What do I want? What is my next individuated action that is going to, help fruit my life? So you see, they're very, very different energies. Aries is the start of something. It is a new beginning. It's doing something you've never done before. It's doing it in a different way. And it's not caring how it connects with the collective. So I can't say for certain how you will work this out, but I know everyone is trying to work this out right now. Who are you? And where do you belong in this collective that is so full of this sort of confused, um, uh, dualistic Piscean energy? There's also a lot of victim or martyr energy in the Pisces collective. That is part of Pisces. That is not part of Aries. And as we move forward, we're going to have Neptune moving into Aries, which it hasn't done until since 1861, the start of the Civil War. That was the last time. Aries has a very revolutionary, courageous, headstrong quality. So we don't yet know, except by looking at history, what we're going to experience with Neptune in Aries. And then so we're going to be moving into very different energies soon, but it's so confusing right now because we just have this this pull on our emotions with the Pisces. And we don't even know, is that my story? Whose story is that? And I think that with the new moon in Aries, we are having an opportunity to cultivate more boundaries through a sense of inspiration about the story that we want to create for ourselves. So I'm just going to end there because I could go on forever. And it's going to take us a while. It's going to take a while to see the work that has been done over the last um, series of years. As we move out of having Neptune and Pisces, my God, Neptune and Pisces came in 2011, and the whole psychic, tarot, metaphysical, there was just this fever pitch of, everyone was into it. I mean, now everybody's been in that field. And it wasn't like that before. That was not popular before, but now it has been popularized in the last, you know, chunk of time. And we will have to see what happens when Neptune moves into Aries. So pay attention to your Aries sector, 9 degrees. Where does that ping in your chart? And what is that lighting up and activating for you? One other thing about eclipse season is it is something that has already been set into motion. You just don't see it yet. So it's not really about doing something right now. It's really about sitting back and enjoying the show and seeing like what's unfolding for me right now. It's really an exciting time, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.